So you've just completed a hike, say the Camino de Santiago. You know what no one ever told you? No one ever told you what to expect when it's over. Yeah, sure, you've watched the YouTube videos on how to prep, on everything that's gonna happen every step along the way. But did anybody ever tell you what happens when you get here? It happens the next day. So if you're new here, my name is Rick. I do spontaneous things like walking 200 miles from Portugal to northern Spain, specifically here in Santiago de Compostela, Spain. And we walked something called the Camino de Santiago. Took us almost a month. Took us a long month of walking. When we got here, I was exhilarated. Holy shit, I made it. Frickin' here in the middle of the square in Santiago. But 2 days later, I got some very different emotions. Okay, here's how things play out. You've been walking miles and miles and many miles every single day for a very long time, and it finally gets to your very last day. And, well, it may or may not be raining, and you start walking these streets, up these hills into the cathedral area, where there's a giant square where you know that's the end of your walk. And then you turn the corner. And it's at this point right here that you start having a difference of emotion, depending on who you are. Those people work their way towards the center of the square. They take all of their selfies, which I'm going to make sure I don't get in the middle of. And some people are excited. Some people just look tired and they can't wait to get to their hotel room or their albergue to sleep it off. There's a look on everybody's face, and it will be on yours too. It's going to be exhaustion. It's going to be, oh my God, it's finally over. And with a whole tinge of, oh my God, it's over. You don't know what to do with yourself. You are so happy to see this and to see other pilgrims. And I'm really happy they have a dry day, unlike ours. Everybody has a different expression. Everyone has a different feeling. I was giddy. I ran out, we went and had a beer, and I just ran back into the square. And I keep coming back here because I want to see these people. I want to feel these people. But now I feel them very differently. The first time I came here as a tourist, I just saw everyone's joy. Now I also see what everyone had to do to actually get to this point. And I understand. But before we get into that whole gambit, this is not the end. I mean, technically, as far as the church is concerned, this is the end of your Camino. A lot of people continue hiking to this place called Finisterre. It's the end of the world. It's about a 3-day more hike, and you keep going till you really can't go any farther without falling into the Atlantic Ocean. We went there yesterday. We didn't walk. And okay, I'm a little embarrassed to put this in the video, but we did go there. You want to see it? And yes, our dirty little secret is that we're on a tour bus. Doesn't everyone end their Camino on a tour bus? Oh, what a surprise. It's raining in Galicia. We are on our way to see the third largest Oreo in all of Galicia. Why the third? I guess we didn't pay for the premium trip, so we don't get one or two. What's an Oreo? Give me a second to walk down to the end of this little aisle, and I'll show you. For context, that's an Oreo. It's where you store grain, corn, things you cultivate. These things on the bottom, the big round things, these keep rats and mice and whatnot from getting up in there. It's off the ground for humidity, and the way the slots are set up, it lets air in, rain out, and your stuff can dry. That is a normal Oreo. You ready to go see the third largest one in all of Galicia? Nope, it's not that one. This one. This one goes on forever and ever and ever, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna go hide underneath of the rat thing and explain this. Apparently, this neighborhood, this village, and the village over that way got into a competition to see who can build the biggest Oreo. This one is 36 meters long. Theirs was 34 and a half. Oh, darn, they lost. This is actually owned by the church. Why the church? Well, back in olden times, you had to give 10% of everything you grew to the church because of the church. That's one long ass audio. What are they using for now? Oh, and by the way, if you have one on your property, you can't take it down. You have to maintain it. People use it to dry laundry, dog houses, other storage. You don't have to put your grain in it. But if you have one, you got to keep it. Okay, about the tour bus. Honestly, we don't mind tour buses every now and then, or even those hop on, hop off things when you get into a new city. As long as it's not the only way to explore. Yeah, tour bus is cheesy, it's touristy. And, well, we had 4 days to kill in Santiago, and we wanted to see up here. Why? Well, when we get to finish there, I'll explain it all. Here's a fun one. We're going back to the blue bus. Well, I hope it's not that one, because that one's leaving. Gotta be one of these two. Hi. Now, somewhere around here is marker kilometer 0. This is not an official part of the Camino de Santiago. The church does not recognize it because, well, you're supposed to end where the bones of St. James are. Not here. But a lot of pilgrims come here just to hit the end of the earth. They kind of figure you can't go much farther than this. I'll let you in a little secret. The end of the world is filled with tourists. I wonder if they're going to be like lemmings and start jumping off the edge. Maybe they got to pay extra for that part. Okay, I need to find the marker 0 marker. There is none in Santiago because you're supposed to stop at the bones. That is the 0 marker. But there is one around here somewhere. I want to find it. I want to share a little story with you. Tell me this place doesn't remind you of Scotland or Ireland.
Yeah.
0. When you walk every day for a month, every morning you wake up, you put on your pack, you get it all adjusted, and you walk. What do you do the next day? We've been here 2 days afterwards, and sorry, I'm in the way. What do you do for 2 days after that? You don't get up and walk. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. Welcome to Murcia. I don't know how to pronounce it. There's an X in there. Okay, here's the fun part. I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I'm going to get back out. Maybe not that way. Let's try this. Have you ever seen something so powerful and beautiful in your life? Okay, here's one of the fun things that they really don't tell you, but you really kind of need to know. You are going to become like Pavlov's dog. You are going to become conditioned. You are going to see these little signs everywhere with a little yellow scallop and the arrow that kind of points in a certain direction. And you're not even going to think. You're immediately going to turn and start walking that direction. And then you're going to have the thought, oh, wait, I'm not walking anymore. I don't have to go that way. And in fact, I want to go the opposite way. And it's going to feel wrong. You're going to be so accustomed, so used to following those stupid little yellow arrows. It is almost 3 days after the fact that we got back. I saw one 2 minutes ago, and I didn't even think. I just turned. Okay, here's a fun one that no one ever tells you about. The very first morning you wake up after your Camino is over, you're going to want to get up, put on your pack, and start walking. But guess what? There's nowhere to walk. You have nowhere to go. And you're going to be standing there going, but I have to walk. I have to walk somewhere. Yeah, you come out here to Santiago and you walk around, but it's not the same. You have an urge to walk. You just, after 3-4 weeks of doing this, it becomes what you do. And it's not just the walking. I mean, there's a whole routine involved in this. Every single day, and trust me, I'm a guy that hates routines, but at the same time, you get used to them. Every single day, you basically do the same thing. You wake up, you pack your bag, you make sure that you got everything and didn't leave anything in an albergue. You figure out where you're walking to and you just start walking. Maybe several hours later, you show up at the next place where you wash your clothes, you take a shower, you go to sleep, and you start the whole thing over. It becomes comforting in a way. It becomes what you do. And when you wake up that one morning and you go, huh, look at all this wonderful place. I don't have to walk anymore. I don't have to get up at 6 in the morning and I don't have to walk. It's really disconcerting. We did it, baby. I don't believe we walked here. There it is. Now, when I pulled up here the other day, when I finished my Camino, this is what I said. I just walked 200 freaking miles. Made it, baby.
Mwah, we walked across 2 countries.
Freaking here in the middle of the square in Santiago. My little feet carried me all the way here from Portugal, and I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling everything. But now that I'm done with it all, I need to put a little asterisk on it. Yeah, I indeed would walk a Camino again. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. But there's a lot of things I would most definitely change. There are parts of my Camino that I truly did not enjoy. There were easily half of the entire trip was just grunt, just pushing through, just going, God, is this ever going to be over? And it really had nothing to do with being tired, being exhausted, having foot problems, which, by the way, I highly recommend foot lube. You may have saw this in one of my videos. This is foot lube. Apparently, you're supposed to slather this on your feet, and I don't know what it's going to do. Get the lube, use the lube, you'll thank me. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about the downsides of the Camino. Well, the downside for me was kind of other people. I wanted to walk my Camino my way, which meant, I wanted to go at my pace. I wanted to experience what I wanted to experience. I was with some very lovely people. I was with Nikki. The entire time seemed to be everyone else's Camino. I'm glad I did it. I'm very happy that I did it. I'm very happy with the outcome. I can't believe I actually did it. But at the same time, I kind of want to do it differently. I do want to come back. I do want to hike another Camino, and I want to do it just me. And I want to make sure that the entirety of those several weeks, I get out exactly what I wanted to get out of it. I'm so glad I was able to help other people, but next time, I need to be a little selfish. So I guess that's a big thing that they don't tell you, that you're going to have a lot of mixed emotions. You're going to want to celebrate your success. You're going to want to continue on. You're going to want to just stop and go home and rest. And you're also going to be harboring, perhaps, some unhappiness. That's normal, I guess. I'm telling myself that it's normal. Everything is a learning experience. Like, do I turn left or right? Because I'm kind of confused right now. I think we're up this way. All right, what else I got for you? What else does nobody tell you about the Camino? Oh, here's one. In the recap video, the entirety of the Camino for your viewing pleasure, I mentioned how we are hoarding this. So I have to touch on something really, really quick that I've already touched on earlier, but the whole reason we are doing things the way we do things is we can't afford to do them anyway. We both basically quit our careers, quit our lives. We're living on Social Security. So $4,000 a month doesn't go very far. That's why you stay on 8 to 10 euro a night albergues. When you're on the Camino, things are really easy. You stop at an albergue. You pay anywhere from 8 to 15 euros. You stay the night. You have a pilgrim dinner, maybe something cheap in the market. You move on. When you come back out here to the real world, things are not cheap. Things are not 8 euros a night. For 4 nights, we've been in essentially a hotel, a pension. It's a lot more than 8 euros a night. But what our hotel lacks in cheapness, it has an ice cream. Yeah, literally. We are staying inside of an ice cream shop. So, anytime you get hungry, you walk down 3 flights of very steep, treacherous stone steps, and you get your rocky road, or whatever floats your boat. Oh crap. Did you know in Spain, all the floors start at 0, so they put you on the 3rd floor, it's really the 4th. Food, We don't have a kitchen. We have to cook every night. We're back into the reality of being a tourist. When you get here and you want to spend a few days and enjoy this fine city, it costs you a whole lot more, and it kind of breaks the bank. And all the things that we're getting ready to do, we got to figure out how to, again, do them Camino style. How do you do them more on the cheap and still get the same bang and excitement and everything else? We're still working on that one. I have no clue. I have no guidance for you whatsoever. It's a work in progress. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Be healthy, be happy. We will see you really, really soon. I'm going to go watch the pilgrims come in because that brings me a lot of joy.